G'day guys, welcome back to Subnautica. Hope you guys are doing well. We are in the, what would we call this room? The rec room of our base. And it's looking pretty nice. In the previous episode we managed to get ourselves the vending machine and the coffee machine. And surprisingly, they're actually functional. So that's kind of nice, although they're not really giving us much benefit, are they? So, you know, I don't know about how usable these things will be, unless you really wanted to, you know, wait for ages for a little bit of hydration. And yeah, it's not like you can really sustain yourself by eating, like, potato chips constantly, or snack mix, or popcorn, or whatever all of this stuff is. I mean, look, in real life you'd probably be able to sustain yourself with that sort of stuff, but I guess this game is treating these things as if they don't really have much nutrient value. I guess that's kind of true. Let me just stash a few things in here. Now in this episode, I think we are definitely going to go back to the primary containment facility, and we're going to insert the enzyme that we've made, but I feel like there's probably a few things that we can get done here before we go. Well, that's a little bit buggy there. We're floating for a moment. Let me have a meal, and let's also just try to recover as much of our water, or yeah, address our thirst as much as possible here. I know I've got a little bit of water on me, but I sort of want to save the water for when we actually need it, when we're sort of diving underwater, so I won't worry about it too much. Actually, I do want to get rid of some of the grow beds here, and I sort of want to free up the space in this room. So we might be moving the bioreactor across to the large room, but I actually want to focus on something else, which is addressing the replacement of all of our batteries and power cells. Now, it's a bit of a waste here because we've got a lot of batteries, and I guess we have to remake them to make the ion version, right? So let me just take a look at what's required. Yeah, so the ion batteries, we can't simply, you know, convert an old battery into an ion battery, which is a bit of a shame, but I mean, it is what it is. So I think I'm going to make 4 ion batteries and keep 4 ion batteries initially, but also I do want to make a spare, I don't know, what is it, like, I feel like I almost feel like I need like 12 additional ion batteries to convert into power cells, and I will need some silicon rubber as well. So let's actually work on the batteries first, and what I might do is I might try to gather up the resources and whatnot that's required for it, and we'll then come back and make as many as we can. Silver is probably going to be an issue. I don't think we have too much silver, so I'm gonna need to go out there looking for some more silver, to be honest. I just had a thought though. We do have some silver, perhaps maybe in the Cyclops, don't we? Let me just double check that it's not sitting in the prawn suit. Okay. Well, silver is not really too much of an issue, right? Like, I'm sure we can find some silver in... Is it limestone that we find silver in? Or is it sandstone? I have a feeling it's sandstone, but I might just quickly check. Limestone, titanium and copper, and then sandstone gives us lead, silver, and gold. Yep, okay, cool. So we've got it tagged. let's see if we can just find ourselves a bunch of silver. If we find like a big silver deposit, which I highly doubt, I don't think we've ever seen a big silver deposit out here close to the surface. They're all quite deep underwater. But yeah, we'll try and find as many sandstone chunks as possible. Hopefully we get the silver that we need. Yeah, it does take a while for things to start popping up though. I'm just trying to think of whether or not I can move in a particular direction that would save us a little bit of time. And I will need some creepvine clusters. So I might actually do the clusters first and just maybe convert a lot of this stuff to silicon while we wait for the sandstone chunks to appear. A little bit right here. Yeah, we'll let the scanner room chug away for a little bit. Alright. And by doing all of this, we're also sort of preparing for when we're actually going to escape the planet as well, because if I'm not mistaken, we do need a couple of the ion power cells. Still got a couple. I don't even know if I have space for all of this silicon rubber. Yeah, I don't, but that's okay. We're going to be, using quite a lot of it soon anyway. So, since I've got the silver and I've got gold, I should be able to just like grab another ion cube here from upstairs. And let's make our first ion battery. I'm thinking we'll make use of it immediately. There we go. And the other one, well, I mean, we're not really going to have a use for a lot of our batteries now, so we're gonna have to store a lot of these batteries. It is a bit of a shame, isn't it? I mean, I could use batteries to perhaps make like new tools and stuff. Most of the tools require a battery to be made, if I'm not mistaken. And you have to start off with a normal battery when you want to make one of these tools. So you can't use an ion battery, it seems. Anyway, time for those sandstone chunks. Let's get out there and let's hunt for all of this silver. Again, crossing my fingers, hopefully our chances of finding the silver are going to be high. But I think it's really just a matter of luck. Well, someone was sort of explaining I guess the drop rate of what you get from these chunks. So it really is a matter of, you know, luck and probability, really. I mean, I'm feeling real confident going into these caves now because we have like a tougher suit, so you know, even if we do get attacked by something, I don't really think we'll be taking too much damage. But I guess I should still be a little bit careful. I mean, the one thing that's probably gonna kill us is me not remembering how to get back outside. I don't know how real-world, you know, sea cave explorers do it. I'm sure there are some crazy sea cave divers out there that just do this sort of stuff for either a living or for fun. Terrifying concept, to be fair. But I am also not really much of a good swimmer, to be honest, so, you know, that's probably playing into my fears a little bit. Where did the stuff go? It's just disappeared. Okay, we've got a little bit more space. I've got so much lead though out of this exercise, which I don't know how I feel about that. It's a bit of a shame that we keep finding lead, and I don't feel like there's too much of a need for lead. Except for making, you know, foundations and stuff. Which, I don't know if I'm really going to be making many more foundation pieces in this playthrough. That really depends on whether or not we end up, you know, building another base somewhere else. And sort of starting again, so to speak. Because I feel like, in hindsight, had I known what the foundation pieces do, I would have started my base with a foundation piece, or with foundation pieces all over. Oxygen levels still looking pretty good. Okay, I might reposition a little bit to this side. Yeah, I might want to just stash a whole bunch of stuff in here. God. Game, stop giving me lead all the time. I mean, do I have enough? That'll give me 10 new batteries. I sort of want to try and get myself, like, I don't know, something like 16 or so new batteries, to be honest. Something along those lines. Even then, I feel like maybe that's not really enough to cover everything. Do I really need ion versions of all of the batteries, though? Maybe I don't. Because don't forget, we can now recharge all of our like power cells and batteries using thermal energy while we're down in the depths anyway. Yeah, I've completely depleted all of our sandstone chunks in this area, haven't I? Which means that the next time we do this, it's going to be even harder for us to do what we want to do. I mean, how am I supposed to get that? Is there a cave somewhere? I do not see any kind of opening here, but... I swear, this probably needs like the propulsion cannon or something. Alright. Let's head back. Alright, so I'm gonna have to settle with the 13 that I've found. That's pretty decent. But I feel like when we are on our way down into the depths, and if we see like even sandstone chunks, not just the you know, big silver deposits, but if we do see sandstone chunks down there, we should actually stop and grab anything from within it. I mean, obviously, I'm most interested in silver, but we take what we can get, really. So I just need a whole bunch of gold and ion cubes, really. Let me stash all the lead that I don't need. Gold, don't have any here. Yeah, I got some gold in here. Gold is actually a bit of a limiting factor now. Oh, well, maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna convert all of our silver, to be honest, so let's just try to get all that we need. Chuck that there, and one more gold. Alright, I have a drink here, I think, and... I've just had a thought, though. In hindsight, I should have, picked all of that up, because I've got no space now. Let me chuck some of the silicon in there. And yeah, let's chip away at this. So, ion cubes. Yeah, Yeah, one thing that I'm not entirely sure of is whether or not these batteries would take longer to recharge. I would imagine it would, because of its capacity, but anyway, I need another 4 ion cubes, so let's go ahead and grab those. Perfect. Alright, so let's just slot all of our batteries in. Do I want to do it for the hab builder? Is there anything else that might be better? Stasis rifle, I think, should get one. Yeah. But I think maybe the hab builder... Do we want to do one for the hab builder? Hang on, let me see here what we have. Okay, so... I mean, I'll be able to make like 5 ion cells. So I think that's probably a better thing for us to use it on. I'll keep the stasis rifle on hand because we are about to make the journey back to the Cyclops, or close to the Cyclops. So I'll stash it with the Cyclops. I need more storage space for batteries and stuff. And there's all sorts of other random stuff, which I haven't placed down. I will do that eventually, guys. And I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep the bedroom where it is. We could perhaps maybe construct a little bit more and also move the bedroom completely. But yeah, we'll see how we go. Yeah, I just need a bunch of silicon. 5 silicon, I think. That should get us these power cells. Perfect. Alright, let's untag, just to keep everything a little tidier. And with the power cells, I feel like maybe I do want to just replace the ones that we've got in the prawn suit, and the other spare 3 will actually chuck it into the Cyclops, obviously. So very good. And yeah, let's throw these old ones in here. I guess eventually I'm gonna have to move these if I do decide to recharge the ion power cells in the base, but I'll keep these on me for now, and we'll throw them into the Cyclops when we get there. Are we ready to depart? It's a very good question. Ooh, look at that. We're getting some clusters in here as well. Oh, and our little sort of friendly squid guy has a friend now. That was quick. Yeah, so these clusters, I think they do like provide a little bit of light in this space. I don't know if there's a way to sort of turn the lights off and have, you know, just the glow of the creep vine. That'd be kind of cool if that was possible. Alright, and just in time, we've got a bit more water. So yeah, we've got plenty of resources to work with while we're exploring. Not that there's really going to be, like, too much exploring, to be honest. I mean, we only need to get to one place, which is the containment unit. Is it in processed? Yeah, here we go. Hatching enzymes. Yeah, I almost decided to leave without bringing that, which is absolutely pointless. That is our next goal, really. So let's head back out. Actually, I need to switch off the scanning room so we conserve some power. And also, it just gives us less clutter on the HUD as well. It's nice being able to see these things, but it's not the nicest look, is it? To have everything so cluttered up. We need to get ourselves to the enforcement platform, so that's the goal. Let's get going. You know, it's interesting how the thermo blade doesn't actually require any power source at all. I wonder what keeps the thermo blade, you know, running. Right, so once we inject those Sea Emperor eggs with the enzymes, I'm not really entirely sure what to expect next, but I suppose maybe the Sea Emperor herself might actually tell us, you know, what we could do, or perhaps maybe the PDA might tell us what we could do next, possibly. Speaking of eggs, I do want to gather up, like, more creature eggs, and I want to try and grow some creatures in our own containment units. But that will involve building a much bigger base, obviously, so that is in the cards, I reckon, at some point. Just double checking that we do have space to pick up more stuff. Okay, we are skirting Leviathan territory, I think. Bit of gold. Once we get to the Cyclops, I think we should actually pick up the silver that we've got stored in it. Who knows, we might even decide to just bring the Cyclops back up with us. Which is, I guess, a longer way around, obviously, but I suppose at some point we're going to have to bring the Cyclops home. Or do we need to? I mean, I could always just leave the Cyclops out there forever, provided it's in a safe spot. Okay. We have reached the enforcement platform. There's still a little bit of exploring left for us to do as well, guys. If I recall correctly, there is a portal. Oh god, alright. That scared the crap out of me. Oh, okay. Ow. No! Not our prawn suit! God. Those cheeky warpers. But I do want to stay here because I think this is a bit of silver, right? So this is valuable. But as I was saying, there seems to be a portal on the enforcement platform island which leads somewhere, and if I recall correctly, early on in the series we did sort of go through it, but then, you know, I sort of backed off and went through the portal back again because, well, I had a few other things to do at the time, but also, you know, I wasn't confident about whether or not we were going to survive with the amount of food and hydration we had left, so... Yeah, I want to be a bit careful here because the prawn suit has actually taken a bit of damage. I definitely want that silver though, so... There it is. Great. Alright. Let's get a move on. Just need to get ourselves through that portal. And we should be good from there. Okay, yeah, Sea Emperor seems to be waiting for us to insert the enzyme as well. So I guess she's kind of encouraging us to do that, maybe? Let's do it. Oh, look at that. Alright, so they just, like, immediately hatch. We don't have to, like, bring them home with us or anything. Incubate them. Look at these little cute guys. I mean, they do still look terrifying, but when they're not as big as their, you know, mature counterparts, they do actually look kind of cute.
My young are swimming for the shallows. I thank you. Their freedom is my end. What will it be like, I wonder, to go to sleep and never wake up? Perhaps next we meet, I will be an ocean current, carrying seas to a new land. or a creature so small it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. Farewell, friend.
Wow. Alright, and... has she died, or... she's still alive. What are these things? Concentrated enzyme 42. Okay. Let's do a self-scan.
Self-scan complete. Vital signs normal. No remaining sign of bacterial infection.
Alright, fantastic. Okay, so that means we should be able to go back to the containment... sorry, not the containment facility, the enforcement platform. Shut it all down. So much for, you know, farming all of the stuff for the hatching enzymes, because I thought I might need to, like, hatch, you know, all of these eggs one by one or something, but they all seem to just, like, hatch immediately. Feel a little bit sad for the Sea Emperor mother, but at least she's no longer the last of her kind now. Can I grab these things? No. Okay.
30 seconds.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, I guess she's dying, I guess, and she doesn't really swim around anymore. I wonder if she is going to die... like, if I leave, and then maybe if I come back, maybe she would have drawn her last breath or something. I'm not entirely sure. Like, I'm sort of waiting for something to happen, but it doesn't look like there's anything happening. Will I be able to come back and, like, get enzyme 42 again if I need it? I'm not sure. The reason why I say that is because, like, I wonder if we could get, like, reinfected, because obviously we're, you know, consuming all of the water and, you know, all of the animals and the foods, oh! Look at that, these guys are just hanging out over here. Oh, okay, they're spitting out the enzymes as well. Yeah, okay. So if I need more enzymes, I can... oh, I can scan these guys. Sea Emperor Juvenile. Yeah, they seem to be spitting it all out. So not the most pleasant enzyme. Let's actually have a read of them. So... Leviathan's Sea Emperor Juvenile. A juvenile Emperor specimen, it is producing a highly potent form of enzyme 42, which should be capable of fully curing individuals of the alien bacterium. This species hatches relatively fully formed and independent, perhaps reflecting the fact that they must fend for themselves when they are first born away from their parents. This specimen is healthy and exhibiting signs of a positive attitude to life. Very good. Love to see it. Alright, so with the enzyme obtained, we can essentially go back to the enforcement platform and we should be able to switch it off, right? But as I was mentioning earlier on, there's the platform that exists on this island, so I'm keen on maybe just visiting that first before going back to the enforcement platform itself and dealing with the cannon. So let's do that. I mean, now that we're no longer infected, does that mean that the warpers will stop attacking us? I wonder. Okay, here we are. Let's get out. And one thing that I sort of wanted to test out was whether or not we have the ability to move around a bit easier if I took off the fins. I remember seeing a comment suggesting that our movement is a bit hampered when we wear fins. I don't know if it feels any different, to be honest. I'll keep the fins on, so it doesn't feel too different. I wonder when the aurora's actually going to fizzle out, because it's been days. Days and days. Oh, yes, we haven't scanned one of these, right? It's the sky rays. Ah. Oh. Yeah, okay, gotta keep an eye out for the sky rays. Finally. The Skyray has a bird-like head and feathered wings which enable it to fly. Skyrays are commonly found circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to the sea. They will perch on dry land and are prone to flee on approach. Wings. Although its wings give it some resemblance in silhouette to the waterborne rays on 4546b, analysis shows no greater genetic overlap with those species than the planetary average. In fact, the Sky Ray appears to have split off the evolutionary tree much earlier than most. Diet. Largely seed-based. Sky Rays have not been observed diving for food, which implies they rely on land-based plants for their survival. Assessment. Presence may indicate nearby dry land. Okay. Alright, so that portal, I'm just trying to remember exactly where the portal was. I know that we sort of have to go upwards to find it. So we'll try and dodge and survive the evil crabs out here. Is it this way, maybe? No, this is a dead end. Ah, yeah, here we go. Oh, come to think of it, that's one thing that I'm missing. I'm missing a whole bunch of beacons. Beacons to place down in case we need it. So I'm thinking from here, guys, obviously we can switch off the enforcement platform, make the rest of the Neptune escape rocket. But, and we can, you know, immediately just, like, leave if we wanted to. But I feel like maybe there's still a bit more to discover. And I don't want to rush leaving just yet. So we might explore around a little bit more, particularly outside of the containment facility. I feel like there might be a little bit more to look around and see and maybe do in that area. So we'll definitely do that. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if we've seen everything there is to see at the Aurora as well. I've sort of avoided it up until now because I was concerned about getting eaten by a Leviathan. But since we've got the Cyclops, I'm a little bit more confident with our ability to be able to... Oh, there's the launch platform right there. You can see it. But yeah, we should be able to go out to the Aurora and perhaps maybe explore the other side of the Aurora. And I'm sort of curious to see if there's an additional opening somewhere else where we can then access another part of the Aurora which we haven't seen. Speaking of access, there are also some doors of the Aurora which we haven't opened because we don't have the right codes. So I'm thinking I'd like to be able to maybe open those doors somehow. Is this the Rendezvous Island? It might be. Yeah. Yep, okay. Alright, it is Rendezvous Island. I didn't really realize because we didn't have the thing tagged. Which means that this is also the location of where the initial Degasi habitats are. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah. Alright. I know where we are now. So the real issue though is getting back to the cave with the portal in it. I'm surprised that the Degasi guys, they didn't, you know, discover how to use the portals, or did they? Didn't seem to be anything to suggest that they knew how to operate the portals, but I could be wrong. I'm just trying to decide if there are any other types of plants that would be nice to grow in the rec room. These flowers look kind of nice for that purpose. But I wonder if there's any other decent looking plant, like maybe this, the grub basket. The grub basket is actually quite big, isn't it? It's not going to fit in the pots. I need to find something that's going to fit in a pot. Ming plant? Yeah, no. I'll leave the Ming plant alone. Maybe it has to be like some of these mushrooms. Pink caps. These also seem quite big, but I might just wanted to test that. I'll bring the grub basket samples or seeds with me, because I think maybe we could decorate a little bit more with larger planters, maybe? I don't really see too much of an option here, so maybe the pink caps are going to have to do. Alright. Let's try to, well, I've completely lost my way now. I don't think I can really retrace my steps back to the cave, so I'm really trying to look for where these caves are. Worst case scenario, I should be able to swim my way back home from here. Alright, so I do remember coming down this way. Then how did we actually find the cave? Was it from down here? I don't think so. Was it from up here? No, I think maybe we might have come through this way. Yep. And oh, did we? Did we come through this way? God. And this is why we need those beacons, guys. I almost feel like a beacon for every, like, portal would be useful as well. Yeah, no. I feel like we might be close. It might be around here somewhere. Huh. Okay. I'm at a loss at this point. But that's okay. We will survive. And we'll do that by making the long swim, I would say. It's gonna take us a while, though, to swim all the way back to base. And not to mention, when we do get back to base, I'm gonna have to then make the long swim back to where the prawn suit is, because, yeah, the enforcement platform is pretty much on the other side of this entire area. Okay, let's not fuss over it too much more because I don't want to die of thirst, obviously. I really don't like being out in the abyss. I have no idea if perhaps, you know, some of those leviathans, the mean ones, whether or not they swim out this far. Oh, yeah, that wasn't too bad at all, actually. The base is just right here. Perhaps maybe getting ourselves, you know, to the prawn suit might be a bit more difficult. Okay, so at least we know where that portal leads now, so I'm quite happy about discovering exactly, you know, what that portal does for us. I'm probably just gonna have a bit of food here before we continue. Do we want food, or do we want to just like... Yeah. Oh, I could probably put some of this stuff down as well, since it is, you know, clogging up some space. So we'll do that, and might get rid of this. Maybe I'll put another one in there. Why not? And since we have all of the things for the pots, we may as well put all of this stuff in as well. So can we fit anything else in here? Yeah, I guess we can. Brilliant. Alright. Food-wise, we're still... yeah, we're definitely looking good. So, let's head back out. Maybe I do want to just grab some more water, just in case. Yeah, this is going to be a much longer swim out to the prawn suit. 1.5 kilometers away. And possibly in pitch dark as well. One mechanic that I'm not entirely sure of is whether or not light attracts predators. It hasn't really been that obvious if it is something that attracts predators, but I'd imagine that swimming with the Sea Glide also attracts predators because of the noise. I could be completely wrong though about it all. Just wanna take in the ambience. All of the terrifying sounds. Yeah, this game has so far been absolutely stunning, though, I must say. And the story is really well written, too. So I feel like Subnautica 2 has, you know, big shoes to fill. I'm sure a lot of its fans have a lot of high expectations. Okay. We are getting into danger territory, so I want to be a little bit careful here. Should be on our toes. Alright. Very good. So, the next thing that I want to do on this island is switch off this cannon. So we'll do that when we come into the next episode. Probably, you know, first thing we do. But there is still other stuff for us to do in this place, which is to explore some of the caves that go sort of underneath the island, because I'm not entirely sure I fully explored everything. And I think the last time I tried to do that, there were a lot of those, you know, crab-looking things sort of nibbling on us constantly. So now that we've got the prawn suit, things should be a lot easier. But yeah, we'll you know, reserve that for the next episode, obviously, because it's time for a bit of a break for me. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, definitely drop a like down below. Leave me some comments as well. Subscribe if you're new. Stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.